Hello, everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my YouTube as well as my podcast, Spiritual Sense. And in this podcast, I go over a variety of topics in regards to the paranormal. And let me proceed again. Good morning, everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as my YouTube studio, Spiritual Sense. Today is Friday, which is the last day of 2021, December the 31st. Okay, so we are heading into the new year of 2022. Boy, has it been a year. Um, so, for those who may be new to viewing in, or maybe your first time viewing in, this podcast I go over things in regards to the paranormal, um, alternative belief systems and practices. I incorporate a little tarot card reading as well. And so today I am going to proceed with a reading for today. Okay. Um, Now today I am working with the secrets of the tarot cards today. Okay. And so I'm going to proceed to spread out my cards, and I do apologize. I don't have the selfie stand or what have you to where you can view, but what I will do is hold up the cards, and then I'm gonna go over um what spread did I use when I do my tarot card reading. Okay, I do my tarot card reading different than the average person. I think each individual is unique in his or her own way of doing a tarot card reading. That's what makes tarot card reading so intriguing. Because once you begin to take on starts to once you begin to work with these cards, it coincides with your thoughts. Whatever God puts in your spirit as to what that card is to you. Any tarot card reading cards that you get is going to have a guide, which is the founder point. It's all in what you make it. Simple as that. You can go off of the guide if you choose to, or you can, I know that I've been doing this for the last couple of years now, and I've gotten better. I think I've gotten pretty good with my tarot card reading. Okay. Oftentimes I am visited by spirits, and they help assist me with doing my tarot card reading. And I kid you not, that is the truth. And when I say spirits, I'm talking about in terms of the unseen, the unseen. And many a times I may have them to step in, and it may be a situation where the tarot card reading is applicable to an everyday situation, and whatever that situation that I know of in regards to that person may be applicable to their everyday practice or situation. And that's how it works with me. So I may have a situation where I'm doing a tarot card reading, and then somebody comes to mind. And as I'm doing the tarot card, certain spirits of people that I know definitively has passed on will begin to step in. And this is how I know that what happened in that situation is applicable to whatever situation in regards to whoever that person that came to the mind when I did do the reading. Okay? I kid you not, and it is the truth. It is. Do I feel like that happens all the time? No, because it depends on the reading. Oftentimes, I don't get visited by spirits, and sometimes it's just some insight in regards to a situation. It could be you know some type of you know encouragement, or discouragement, or whatever the case may be. So oftentimes it may not be a situation where it's applicable to a specific person. It could just be clarity on a situation. Okay. So I use the Celtic cross. I also do a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 card spread. It depends. But typically I do the Celtic Cross, which is 10 card spread. And I may pull 1, 2, 3, 4, or even a 5 cards additionally to the Celtic Cross for more clarity or insight about the outcome of what I'm doing the reading on. Haven't did that in the last few readings. I've just been, you know, focused on the 10 cards or whatever. So usually I do it that way as well. Um, but card one is going to be on the situation, person, or you know, it could be on yourself. Um, Part two is going to be the hindrance or the blockage. What is preventing this situation? Part three is where you're trying to get at or where you're trying to attain what's above that situation. Part four is going to be the root of the issue. What the issue is. It may not necessarily be my issue, but per the cards, this is the reason or the issue. Part five is going to be what happened in the past or what's currently occurring. Part six is what's happening now or what it is leading to in the near future. Part seven is the attitude. Part eight is what's physically surrounding. Card 9 is hopes, fears, and dreams. And card 10 is the outcome. Okay? So before I proceed with my tarot card reading, I'd like to say that this podcast is for entertainment purposes. That means you come here because you want to know or listen about tarot card reading. Okay? Trust and believe it. I could understand many people are not into tarot card, or a lot of people may be. I say that to say, it's for entertainment purposes. I don't go snooping, prying, probing in nobody's personal life, and then present it here to cause any, criminal charges or harm, danger, or whatever. When you begin to do spirit and work the spirit work, you will begin to see how the spirit will work through us all. And sometimes, a lot of times, many times, it's by happenstance or even by chance. Okay? So before we proceed, I'm going to say, Father Supreme, being of all being, I'd like to thank you for this day. Me and my children waking us up to see another day. Also, as I do this reading, I like to say, give me infinite wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and capability as I do this reading. I don't know what this reading is on for today, but I do feel like it's a relevant reading. And so please guide me as I do this reading. Okay, so I'm going to proceed to pull my cards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so I have pulled my cards, and I'm going to begin to lay the cards. Okay, so we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Okay, so for card 1, I have this card here. Card 1, suffering in silence. Now, again, when I do my tarot card reading, many a times I pull this card, but this card may not necessarily go off of here. Sometimes I may, pay attention to the card or even the number, and so it may not necessarily be exactly what it mentions here. Okay, so that's what I have for card 1, suffering in silence, which has 9 listed on the card. Card 2, this is what the barrier or obstacle is. We have patience and planning. Card 3, I have spiritual strength card, which also has a 9 on there. This is what's above the situation or where you're trying to get at. Card 4, I have spiritual union. That's what I have. Card 5, I have intuition. And card 4, I have the heart chakra. So right now, and just pulling those cards right now, I feel like it's letting me know that this reading is to for somebody in terms of their um health. I feel as though something is going on with somebody right now in terms of their health. I honestly feel as though it is a pairing of two. Both have health concerns and health problems, is what I feel. Like both of them have health concerns or health problems. I don't know who the two could be. It could be two friends. It could be a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend, or what have you. But there's some type of pairing of the two in regards to feel like it's a health concern that's going on. I feel as though um with that concern, it may be best that you are, communicating with your doctor or a practitioner, whomever you go to, you and he, or she and she, or whatever the case may be, in regards to making sure you're, taking your meds, going with a proper diet. If you are on a particular diet, doing the things that you need to do to maintain your health. Okay, the heart chakra has a lot to do with the heart as well as the lungs, because that's where it's located in the center part here. Is what it's for. So of course, because we are in the midst of the COVID crisis, this would be indicative to that as well. Okay. Um, so it could very well be that a lot of the people who have, and I'm just giving a, personal opinion. This is not a professional opinion. Okay. It could very well be that what is transpiring with a lot of the things in terms of the COVID, as they mentioned, comorbidities or dual diagnoses, other conditions that may make them more susceptible to fighting the COVID. Okay, so there's some underlying disease or disorders that may be transpiring as to why many of the people who are afflicted by the COVID are, okay? So we want to be mindful of, a proper diet and nutrition. If you're on some type of regimen, exercise type of regimen, do within means. Take care of yourself, ultimately. Is what the message is for this reading that I see today. Plan out your travels, plan out your day, get yourself on a diet plan because I have patience and planning listed here. So you want to plan out your day, plan out your meals for the week. Try to eat more health conscious meals. And as I speak to you, I'm speaking to myself. So I'm not, I. Card 7, I have material harvest. So with that, I'm going to focus on, because it has him with some fruits and vegetables, and it shows like a male, and I could just hold this card up so you can see. Okay. With the harvest, He's going to give you the tools. In other words, he's going to put the tools within you to where you would know what you would need to do during these times where it seems as though everything is unfavorable. He's going to provide you with the tools and the know-how. Go back to the basics, because sometimes we get so captivated in technology and innovation that we forget the mere core basics that we knew of from time ago. Okay, so card 8, this is card 8. And I have it in, it's actually in the reverse. Okay, so this is to let you know, there's no deception, there's no envy. Meaning, I'm telling you this out of good grace. This is real, is what I'm getting at. This is real. This is not a fake, me just holding up cards and just throwing something out there or whatever. This is the real deal. In other words, I'm giving you the real deal of it all. Okay, so I'm being positive, but I'm also being conscientious as well. I'm not perfect, because oftentimes when you are in a position of some sort of authority, the first thing people are going to want to do is to discredit you. So trust and believe it. I know. Okay, I know. Many people may feel as though me working as an LPN that is not a sense of authority. That is not true. Okay, that's just what the title that's on my badge. When you know who you are and whom you belong to, you walk with authority because of that in itself, despite whatever title that I may carry. Okay? So card 9, this is card 9, hopes, fears, and dreams. So we want to, if we're speaking in terms of the heart chakra, which in turn deals with the heart as well as respiratory, harmony, what is harmony? And peace and balance. So we want to have some balance. We want balance. We want balance. So to maintain that homeostasis, as we all mentioned, and as we all know, going back to biology in high school, even middle school maybe for some, that was advanced, osmosis. We want to go back and start reading on biology and osmosis. High soluble versus low soluble versus what? The neutral. Okay? It works the same way when you're dealing with the body's chemistry and the blood work and things of that nature. Whatever you got too much salt in, you're going to bring fluid to draw. Because fluid, essentially sodium or salt, what? Pulls fluid. So it works similar in the same way when you're speaking in terms of infections. Okay? A lot of the medications that are made, if you begin to take note of the chemical structure and the scientific kinetics, as they refer to it as pharmacokinetics or kinesis, it's going to have a lot of those structures in terms of sodium, potassium, all of those are salts. So this is something that, if you think about preservatives with your meats and things as such, a lot of those preservatives are needed to what? Help combat a lot of the germs which are within the foods that we eat, particular meats. Okay? So as a result of that, we do this to keep from eating tainted meat. Okay? So when you think about it, as a result, it can cause fluid and cause overload. So in turn, we want to make sure that we are what? Flushing it out. Detoxing and going to the restroom. And some of the best ways of doing that is to get up and to move about. Move about to flush all of that out. All of that toxins out of the body or germs out of the body. Okay? Now we're going to proceed to the outcome. This is the outcome. Patience. So again, plan your diet. In other words, think about, sit back and think, because the other night, I'm not going to sit here and try to make it seem as though I'm the most advanced person there is to know, but I can kid you not. This reading is off of what he put in my spirit yesterday coming into. As a matter of fact, I woke up this morning and he was just putting all these images in my head and all of this hypothetical thinking and stuff, and why this is happening, why that happened, why this occurred, and why that occurred. And it became apparent to me he wants me to put this out when I do my podcasting. Speak on these topics in your tarot card reading. Because if you begin to pay attention, you don't necessarily have to go out. Because I even mentioned that, out there in tarot card making world, I wouldn't mind having a nurse's tarot card reading cards. I haven't seen them. They may be out there. But come knock at my door and I would definitely design them and get it put into place. That's what I prefer to have. Because I can guarantee you it will tie into each other. And it mentioned to me, it says, well, if you sit back and look at the cards that you have, you can use it in that context as well. Some people need to visually see, the heart, the stethoscope, and things of that nature. But because I've conditioned you to see in a coding type of way, you will see it as that. Okay? So, again, as we are what? As we are planning on our travels, as we are what? Heading into the 2022 year in regards to dealing with the COVID and our health and concerns, he's going to pair us with people that's going to assist us, is what that is. He says that's what that is. It may appear as though, it's deception and envy, but that's not it. So that's why he has it upside down. He says that the spiritual union, which I have as card 4, the pairing of the two is to enlighten you on how things happen as they do in terms of your health, and how you could be a what? You could be a angel to somebody. You could be a driving force for somebody to get up and take better care of themselves, as well as yourself. Okay? So, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this episode of Spiritual Sense. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.